Hey everybody, Juan here, and today we are going to be performing one of the most important battery benchmarking tests you can do. Namely, how well does your phone do doing nothing? Yep, we're going to be checking out idle time. Now, there was a time, especially back during the original Galaxy S, where my phone wouldn't last the day even if I never picked it up to answer a phone call. We are going to be testing out the top 3 Qualcomm 600 series phones on the market right now. We have the HTC One. For the Samsung, we're actually going to be using the Galaxy S4 Active, and of course the LG Optimus G Pro. So let's see what time it is. It's just after 8 in the morning. So I'm going to pop the chargers out of all of these. So those are all out. You can see we've got a full battery right there. We've got a full battery right there. And we've got 100% on the Galaxy S4. All 3 of these phones are on AT&T's network. There won't be a network advantage that one of them has better signal than the others. I'm not going to leave them on Wi-Fi. They will have to update over LTE. I do get 4G in my apartment, which is very exciting. And all 3 of these phones have roughly the same apps on board, and they're all checking the same social networking, the same email addresses, my Facebook, my Google+, my Twitter accounts, my email addresses. I've got 5 email addresses that need to update throughout the day. All of them are set to the same sync settings. And so early predictions, I would expect the LG Optimus G Pro to crush this test just because it has the bigger battery. But for second place, I'm putting my money behind the HTC One with its power saver. I am going to be running the HTC One in power saver, simply because that's actually how I operate the phone day to day. And because Samsung seems to value a little extra horsepower, I would expect that the Galaxy S4 is going to be a very close third place. I'm going to run this test for about 12 hours, shut this down around 8 o'clock at night, maybe 9 o'clock at night. I could push it a little bit later, you don't know. And we'll check in and see how all of these phones are doing in a couple hours. Okay, just a quick update. It's now 6 in the afternoon, and we're going to check out what the battery situation is on some of these phones. I have to say, I've been very impressed, because it doesn't look like they've taken too bad a hit. So here's power. Yeah, still 85%, and this phone has been syncing, and I've gotten a number of phone calls just to wake it back up. That's pretty impressive performance. And the Samsung, I'm gonna unlock there. Let's see, it's getting close. 89%. That's a little surprising. All right, let's close that down. And now the LG, which we predicted would be way ahead right now. And I can turn off the note, which I accidentally hit there. Let's get into, oops, I need to get back into battery. 97%. Expecting you could use it for 313.5 hours, being used the way it is right now. That's pretty fantastic. All right, guys, I'm actually going to let this experiment go a little bit longer. I'm going to let this go into the evening, so instead of turning all this off in 2 hours at 8 o'clock, I might check back in at midnight just to see where all these phones still are. I'm actually very impressed. This is much better performance than I was expecting. Okay, folks, so here's the incredible wrap-up to our do-nothing battery test. We went out to dinner with some friends, came home, watched some Netflix. I was getting ready for bed and forgot that I still needed to wrap this test up. So it's now 1:30 in the morning. We had planned on doing this for about 12 hours. Instead, we ended up doing this for almost 18. So I'm going to collect these phones here. We're going to take them over to my coffee table, and we can see which phone wins our idle time do-nothing battery showdown. Okay, so we've got the LG Optimus G Pro, we've got the Samsung Galaxy S4 Active, and the HTC One. Now, at the beginning, when we were setting up this video, I really thought that I was pretty sure that the LG was going to win this showdown just because it's got the biggest battery of the 3. and that I thought the HTC One, because of its power saver, was going to come in second, with the Galaxy S4 a close third to the HTC One. So let's see how close my predictions were. So let's fire up the LG first. You guys all know what my password is. And after 18 hours of doing nothing, we're at 91%. That is phenomenal standby time. And again, it's because this thing has a huge, over 3,000 milliamp hour battery, which is just fantastic. So especially out of all of the Qualcomm 600 series phones, if you're looking at a device and you really want it to have the best possible runtime, this might catapult the LG up to the top of the list. Okay, so now let's check the Samsung Galaxy S4. Go home. And battery. And 83%. It is shown at the top bar too, but I wanted to see better battery stats. But 83%, almost 17 and a half hours on battery. You know, that's pretty great, especially Google services being the most used out of all of them. That's probably just from keeping all of my social networking and everything synced up. Yeah, that's actually really great. I remember back to the days of having a Galaxy S or a Galaxy S2, which even when I wouldn't take a phone call for the day, the battery would barely last the day just idling. So that's pretty good. And now let's check out the HTC One. Does the battery saver come in clutch? On the HTC One, gonna unlock it. 76. Oh man, the Galaxy S4 has beaten the HTC One. And not only has it beaten the HTC One, it's beaten it by a pretty handy margin. It's a... Well, that's a 7% battery difference. I'm actually shocked. I was not expecting that to happen. I really thought that the HTC One was going to win this because of the battery saver feature. I know when I'm using the phone throughout the day, it seems like the HTC One gets slightly better battery life than the Galaxy S4 Active, but maybe that's all placebo. Maybe I'm not actually getting better runtime. So, folks, since it's 1:30 in the morning, I'm not going to show you what I look like on camera right now. I'm just going to say thanks for watching this video. And you can catch some of our benchmarks on all of these devices. We've got those posted. We've got camera tests on all of these phones. And I'll catch you all on the next review.